Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a highly dynamic vocal journey through an incredibly fascinating cinematic landscape. We are unpacking the beautiful, deeply poetic, and honestly, wildly surprising transcript of the song Maheroo. We're going to explore exactly how lyricists use these striking emotional contrasts to build an entire world of romance, only to, well, completely shatter it with the jarring realities of everyday life. It's an absolute masterclass in emotional whiplash, so let's just dive right in.
Okay, I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Imagine that feeling of something completely new and completely overwhelming just washing over you.
थोड़ा थोड़ा शोर है दिल में थोड़ा थोड़ा गुमसुम है.
A little noise in the heart, a little quiet. Right off the bat, we're dropped directly into this breathtaking feeling of internal confusion. It's hesitant, it's breathy. It's literally the exact sensation of a heart that's completely unsure of itself, caught somewhere between beating out of your chest and standing perfectly still.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Noise and confusion, the internal conflict. You know when we experience something profound, like that initial, terrifying spark of deep affection, our minds rarely process it in a straight line. It's messy. Looking here on the left, we've got Tora Shor, a little noise. That represents the chaos, right? The racing thoughts, the loud, undeniable realization that something major is shifting inside you. But then, directly opposing it on the right is Tora Gamsam, a little quiet. It's that stunned silence of your external self, while your internal self is absolutely raging. It's such a beautiful contradiction. And this brilliantly illustrates how that paradox just keeps bouncing back and forth. On the left, we have soft baten, clear words. Those fleeting moments where you think, okay, I know exactly what I want, I know exactly what's happening. But then, instantly on the right, it gets hit with uljan, total entanglement and confusion. It captures the messy, deeply disorganized reality of emerging love so perfectly. It's like a pendulum swinging wildly back and forth.
Section 2. Search for peace, the plea to the beloved.
So, when your heart is just bursting with noise and your mind is tangled in all that confusion, what do you actually do? You look for an anchor. The energy here shifts from that quiet, hesitant confusion into a sweeping, romantic resonance. And the word that anchors this entire feeling? Sukoon. Just let that word sit with you for a second. Sukoon. It doesn't just mean a quiet room. We're talking about profound peace, deep, soul-level tranquility. It's an emotional relief that washes away all that previous shor and uljan, all that noise and confusion we just talked about. Finding this profound sukoon is the ultimate, desperate plea of the singer here. But who actually has the power to grant this peace? The Maheroo. Now, Maheroo translates to the beloved, but more specifically, it means a beautiful face resembling the glowing moon. The singer is looking up at this radiant, guiding light in the dark, asking for their love to be accepted. Maheroo de Sukoon, Kar Meri Chahat Kabul. Give me peace, accept my love. This desperate plea for peace is directed entirely at the Maheroo.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the concept of romance elevates into something deeply philosophical. Meeting you felt like coming face to face with myself. True romance here isn't just about finding another person. It is beautifully depicted as a profound journey of self-discovery. By looking into the metaphorical face of the moon, the Maheroo, the singer finally sees their own true reflection.
We can actually map this romantic progression out step by step. Step 1, meeting the beloved. That's the catalyst. Step 2, finding oneself. It's that sudden realization that this love actually clarifies who you are. And finally, Step 3, surrendering the heart entirely. Dil tuchko sapdun. Because you've found yourself in them, the only logical next step is to just hand over your heart completely. It is a stunning, step-by-step escalation of emotional commitment, and it builds such incredible momentum.
Section 3. The unspoken story. Silence speaks volumes.
But the deepest connections, they don't always need clear words, do they? As we move deeper into this poetic journey, the tone shifts again. We step away from the loud declarations and into something far more intimate, more quiet. Sometimes, the most important things are exactly what we don't say. Joanaka halab se khabri, anko ne chipke se kya. What the lips never said, the eyes silently contrast. Just pause and let the heavy weight of that lyric land for a second. The immense power of unspoken communication. The lips are too scared, too tangled in the uljan we saw earlier to form the words, but the eyes, they bypass the brain entirely. The eyes speak the absolute truth of the heart. And when that silent confession happens, when the eyes finally speak what the lips couldn't, the only possible reaction is pure, overwhelming gratitude. Uspal ka main kya karu shukriya. I thank that exact moment.
This right here is the absolute crescendo of our explainer. We've journeyed from noisy confusion to a desperate search for peace to a profound, silent realization of pure love. It's practically a complete romantic masterpiece.
Section 4. The Sudden Return, a Jarring Reality Check.
Okay, let's move to and see how this builds. Actually, wait, it's like someone just violently ripped the needle right off the record. Boom, we are slammed face first back into the harsh, unromantic, chaotic world of the everyday. Right after that beautiful plea for Sakun, we suddenly hear, International campaign ke liye ek hafta karna mid of next month mein. Wait, what? A 1-week deadline? An international campaign? Next month's timeline? In an instant, that magical moonlit romance is completely obliterated by high-stress corporate jargon. The trance is broken, literally instantly.
And out of that sudden corporate panic, what does the transcript leave us with? Is it another plea to the Maheroo, the beloved moon? No way. It gives us a literal, frantic, desperate prayer to God. Prabhu mere ghar ko pyar karo, mere ghar ko udhar karo. Lord, love my home, save my home. It is a massive shock to the system. The poetic search for romantic peace is suddenly completely replaced by an incredibly urgent, real-world panic about literally saving the household.
So what does this all mean? We're left looking at this incredible divide, and it really forces us to ask, how does that ultimate quiet search for romantic peace, that Sakun, actually survive the loud, stressful chaos of our real-world deadlines, campaigns, and everyday struggles? I mean, can the poetry of the heart even exist in a world of 1-week corporate deadlines? It's a fascinating, almost brutal clash between cinematic romance and harsh reality. And it's definitely something to think about the next time you find your own moments of peace interrupted by the noise of the world. Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.